Alright, bassheads. It is your boy, OG Soda Pop Kid, coming to you direct. Okay, Wednesday morning before I work. Alright, I got to the bottom of that noise coming through my speakers, man. Okay, last night I did a video. Once again, I started working on this car like somewhere around 1 in the afternoon yesterday. Trying to chase down that crazy ass noise, man. And what I had done is I did a video last night, right? Once again, I got done at like messing with this thing at like 12 midnight. I said to myself yesterday that I was gonna relax, fall back and relax and mess with this some other time. But I came down here because that ground noise was so annoying. I had to find out why it was happening. Okay, I put those Bravo, as you see I have the Stetsom Bravo HQ 800.4s in there. They're nice and small and compact. And those things are super loud. I mean super loud. Okay, I had to get matching amplifiers for these big Bravo flex bass 8Ks here. Okay, and when I went to put these in, okay, once they were in, each one that I put in, I turned it on to see if it was working, one, and what it would sound like, and the car wasn't running. All right, once I got all three of them in there, I fired the car up, and then this crazy ground noise. I mean crazy ground noise. I mean it was staticky. It was screaming real loud and coming through the subs and each one of the amplifiers. But it was so annoying coming through the door speakers that I couldn't hear them coming through the subs at first. So I come down yesterday and took out all the bass amps. I left those in. I took out all the bass amps. And you know how much of a problem it is to do all of these, or 9 of them. All right, because I wanted to see if anything was loose on the battery. I checked all the grounds. I checked all the powers. And nothing was loose. All right, I was making sure nothing was touching each other. And I actually, like I said, I did a video with everything out except for those. All right, and still I was getting the noise. So what I did was simply this. I said, let me see if the radio's bad. Now I had two noise ground loop isolators sitting up in my attic. I had two of them, two of the NSI-1s, the packs from years ago. And I turned around and ordered some Stinger ones because I figured it's got to be a ground loop noise coming from somewhere. I tried them back here on the amps. It didn't stop it. So something told me, like, check your radio, man. That's the last thing you can check is that head unit. Now, that's what I did. And there's my old Kenwood right there. I had a brand new Kenwood, brand new backup. Now, I brought that Kenwood back in like 2017 or something like that. I brought 2 of them. I always had a backup, brand spanking new up in the attic. Or if I wanted to come home and just take a small battery and make sure something was working right on something, I would take and connect that radio to a battery. And that was it. All right, but I checked the radio. I pulled the radio out and I took the noise suppressors and I put it in the front of the radio. Because it has front, rear, and sub. I put it in the front, and it took the noise away immediately. The noise was gone. Now I was like, oh, there's a problem. But I had all the bass amps out. I was like, I found the problem. Threw all my bass amps back in. It took me some time to do that. Okay, and then I was like, oh, good. So I went to check one more time, turned everything on, and then the noise was right back. And I was like, man, what? I was like, something's actually wrong with the radio. Because like I said, it took the noise away when I had all the bass amps out. And the noise that was coming from those small amps, It took that away when I plugged it into the front. Okay, and I didn't have no subs on. I had that pulled out. And I plugged everything back in, and yeah, the noise was back. So something was the matter with that radio, period. The RCA's in it went bad. And you figure all those years of competing and banging on it and thundering on it, you know, that Kenwood did me good, man. That head unit did me good. I can't be mad at it or nothing. It did me good. You know what I mean? And I've tried Pioneers. I've had the 80 PRS and all of those as well. But I like the Kenwoods better. So that Kenwood, it did me well. And like I said, I had an extra one. So I was like, let me take this new one down there. And if it does it after that, because I had gotten to the point, man, I was like, I don't know why this is happening. You know what I mean? And I'm joking, but not joking. I was like, maybe the bass gods don't want me to compete this year. I had no bass in my car. When I was talking to Robbie about it. Okay? And that was that. So, yeah, that was the problem. The radio. The radio got old and it gave up. And I put a new one in there just now and everything's working fine. No noise, no nothing. So that was the problem. It was the head unit, the Kenwood head unit. That's a 2.5 volt Kenwood. They don't even make this model anymore. They don't make this model anymore. Clear up, phone, clear up. They don't make that model no more. They replaced it with another model. So if anything happened, I mean, they got Kenwoods galore. They got 4 volt Kenwoods, 2.5 volt Kenwoods. That's a 2.5 because I had the tear amps in there, MD8Ks. I ran 8 of the MD8Ks, I ran 4 of the base 8Ks, I ran 4 of the base 15Ks, and I ran 4 of the MD12Ks, half-ohm version. But I didn't like those. If I would have got the 1-ohm version, then the half-ohm version would have did what I wanted them to do. So I didn't like the MD12Ks. I got rid of them immediately. You know what I mean? So I ran a lot of tear amps, and they only like 2 volts from what I was hearing. And the radio's 2.5 volts, and my RCA's is reading 1.8 or something like that. I don't know, these Bravos probably take 4 volts or whatever, and I can upgrade to a 4 volt, but I have line drivers in there. I have a line driver on the doors and a line driver on the base. One of those, I've been running them for a while, the Hyphonics HFEQs 9 volt line drivers. So those are 9 volts, but still after all of that, I'm getting 1.8 volts right now, going to all of this, okay? Like I said, boy, I was having some issues. I mean, that little rack I made right there out of L brackets, you know what I mean? I was having issues after issues after issues, man. I started thinking a whole lot of stuff. Something the matter with the wiring. Something matter with the amps. There's something matter with the battery. Nothing's the matter with the battery. That battery stays topped off from that XS Power HF HF1415. Okay, that's a 14 volt charger. It charges this C-Max up to 16.83 and shuts itself off. When this C-Max drops below, like into the low 14s, it automatically comes on. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. It'll automatically charge that battery up, but I do think there's a draw from these Brazilian amplifiers, man. Why they do that, I do not know. They need to figure something out. They're geniuses. I mean, they got power. Their stuff is super powerful. I tell you that much. Yeah, but like I said, I like these Bravos, and I had an issue with one of them, with amp number 9, which was new. It took a dump on me at the last contest for no apparent reason, just on a burp. I still pulled off a 62.96. Now, if that wouldn't have happened, then I was 2 clicks down as well. So I know I would have went well over a 163. I know I would have went over a 163. That would have happened, definitely, if that wouldn't have happened. And I would have did the 2 clicks. Then eventually I would have went 2 clicks up. I'm in a process of wanting to get me a real decibel meter too. I'm going to get the, I'm not going to get the Term Lab. Okay, I'm going to get the other one. Now what's the name of that thing? I forgot the name of it already. But I'm going to get that one, man. It's quite a bit cheaper. And I talked to the guy that worked all the bugs out of it. So I'm going to end up getting a little laptop and one of them so I can test my stuff, man. Because my SSA meter, it won't pair to my phone all of a sudden now. I mean, I still can use it, you know, but it won't pair to the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and get that meter more sooner than later. Okay. So that's what it was, folks. The radio, the head unit. That was the problem. I was about to be done with this hobby, man. But what was on my mind, just sell all the subs, sell all the amps, sell the battery, get rid of the car, man, and be done, people. Okay, now I got that amp is getting hot. My fault. That alternator is getting hot. I got the C-Flow. I got a couple of those C-Flows I ordered right there. Fans, the 3-inch ones, and them things are huge. I didn't know they was that huge. I was sitting there holding it here, trying to figure out where to fit it in here. And I got an idea. You know what I mean? And what'll happen is it'll blow dead on that thing. I bet you it won't be hot then. That thing will blow dead on it. Then I got to put a toggle switch on it. I wanted it to run all the time, technically. I wanted it to just come on, to be honest with you. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm pretty sure if I just run it straight to why do I got brain fog? Run it straight to the ignition, it probably would work, I'm thinking. I didn't even try it. I could have just tried it. I'm pretty sure it'll probably come on, then maybe it won't. When I put a switch on it, that's what I'll do, put a switch on it. Do it just like that. Get it to the ignition. It may just work though. It may just come on. When I power everything up, it may just come on. Alright. As I was told they may work like that. I know the smaller fans, you can just hook it up to the, straight hook the fans up to the ignition. Alright folks, that was it. I didn't mean to be on here this long, but everything's good now. Everything's good. Those darn little amps are loud, man. They get down. I just had to make some settings and all this, that, and the other. I'll be tweaking from here to there. But it's your boy, the OG. Like I said, the video last night, I'm not even going to post it. I thought that, at first, I thought that the ground loop isolators got rid of it. And then until after I put all of this back in, and it did, but it didn't. And then when I did I had two of them in there. When I put one in for the subs, yeah, it got rid of the noise, but it took away all my bass as well. It took it all away. So I was like, okay, I see how these things work. It'll take away all your sounds as well. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, peace.